Share my screen. So can we see my screen? You see my screen, right?
Yeah.
I said if you click on this terminate, for example, there were this green here. So your assignment was to find out why this is green and to pull this green away into this core location. And here it's going to be in, in Kansas, but over here it should be in core.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot now. I forget.
Okay, all right. So let's see. There are many ways to do it. It's very simple. There are a lot of ways to do it. But let Dion share her screen. Dada, did you do it?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So let Dion share her screen first. So Dion, you can go ahead.
This is just the natural kind of chaos and horribleness that would happen. Well, the CDC did screw up.
Dion, are you there?
I'm here. I'm trying to share my screen. These things keep popping up, not letting me share my screen.
Okay.
Talk. How do I go and find it now?
You can just share your desktop.
I already, you can see my screen, right?
We are seeing your tableau.com.
I saved it. So how do I find it? Here, right? Yes.
Okay.
Open. I don't think it changed though. But what we did, or not that, what I did was to regroup it, like from that Arkansas, right? I went back to the calculation and edited it. One did not have AR. The London didn't have AR, so I put AR in it, and then the thing disappeared when I put it outside.
Okay, I click on your terminate, for example. Hold on. It looked like you did Ojoro. So if you pull that two away from the core is supposed to give you 21, but you're still having 23.
23.
Yeah. And your orders should be
21 or 23.
So, okay, you pull it away from there and you put it in orders. Okay, that's why. So your calculation is putting that in the core exception, I think. No. So it's not pulling it away from there. It's not pulling it away from there. Anyway, go to your calculation. Let's see what you did. Go to your calculation.
Okay, let me unhide it. I think it's location by state here. So this London, before it didn't have AR, but when we looked at when I looked at this the states when we grouped it, it had AR. So I put the AR here.
Okay, that's why. Okay, what it's still not fixing it. That was a nice attempt. At least you got it right. But were you supposed to fix it? It's supposed to be anyway, we will solve through it. I know what you did. It still makes a lot of sense, but okay, nice attempt. At least you did. You know you were in the right direction, but you didn't just do it correctly, but you were in the right direction. But excellent job. Excellent.
Thank you.
All right. Dada?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Share your screen.
Okay. Okay. Before I share my screen, let me tell you that I changed my own. I changed
Just
my
share your
color.
screen so we can. Yeah, no problem. Just share your screen. Okay.
I changed my color. I think the reason why because I don't want to use the
Okay.
green
Nice. It look nice.
color. You know, so and then I was able to fix it, but I tried fixing it initially, but I was unable to. So I had to call Ejiro, and then she also guided me. And then
Okay, so click on terminate for now.
On terminate, right?
Click on terminate.
Cool. Terminate. Okay.
Okay, so that's right. Okay.
So I think it was almost the same thing that
Yes. Okay.
John did or something. I don't know.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because we did it with Sister Ejiro. So
no, I think Dion. I think okay. I think okay. Click on core, for example.
Cool.
Okay, and our 18 is right. Okay, go back, uncheck core.
Uncheck.
And click just click on each of the boxes separately.
Okay.
So everything should be normal now. Okay, click out. And click on core exception. Okay, scroll all the way down. Okay, so that means Dion should be right. Okay, nice work, Dada. Dion, share your screen again.
Hey, Jiro, thank you.
What did I do?
Yeah, I'm just giving credit back to you.
So go back to your dashboard. So click on the, hold on. So you can see, we see how Arizona is part of the core state, right?
Yes, Arizona is part of it.
Okay, so try to use like a green
color coding, yes.
Yeah, so that it doesn't get the users thrown off. Okay, and then format your color. I mean your text on the percentage parent NROC. Select on core, for example. If you look at the parent NROC charts, you can see that the text is showing on top. You see it? Yeah, so try to put those tests. No, the 100% one, let it be inside of the bar. So it doesn't take up your space. Okay. Now, click out first, click out of the core region. Just click on exception, just click on other boxes. Okay, so click on the core region. Okay, so she got it right. Yeah, she got it. So your calculation, yeah, so your calculation is working. Nice.
Oba.
Okay, excellent. So try to format your first left bar chart so as to make everything inside. All right, thanks. So Ejiro, can you share your screen and tell us how you fix yours?
It's the same thing.
It's the same, Professor. I just changed the London to London AR.
Okay, all right. So So that means there were multiple London there or just one London?
There were multiple London. There were 2 Londons.
Okay, all
And
right.
one was for Arkansas, and the other one was for what state is City?
Oh, okay, all right. So Victor, did you get it? How to fix it?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So
let me see if it will work anyway.
no, that's your assignment. Do it and
No,
then
she said there are multiple London.
Fix it.
In the calculation, or
you
is it
fix
the
it, and
calculation
then once you
in the core regions, there are multiple Londons. If you drag your call by location to has a filter, and filter Arkansas has the only one to show, then drag your NRC region to the row. You'll see that you'd have more than one Arkansas there. One will have 4 and the other one will have 1. The one that has 4 is London AR. The other one is London, but it is in another state, Connecticut or so. So you'd you change the London in your calculated field to London AR.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right.
But me, I think I have to redo mine again because everything I did is
save your
different.
work. All right.
Huh?
Always save your work.
Can I share my distance so that you see what I'm saying?
Okay, quickly.
Why? Okay. How come this is all like this? Wow.
You have to flip it. So
yeah, I don't know. It wasn't like this before, I don't know.
Sometimes when you come to your dashboard, you have to rearrange your sheets. Alignment.
Okay, let me go back again. Thanks. Okay. So let me click on what will I click on now? On core. Oh. Why?
you didn't set your color for this, did you? Go and set your color. That was the essence of using those color palettes.
I think I did though. How come?
Go back to the dashboard for the color location. You do something wrong. You see your color here?
Color coding is.
Oh, okay.
So
why
you
is
have red instead of green on this side?
Only the order should have yellow. All the rest should be like green tree color.
I didn't hear you. You said what?
Only the other location should have yellow. Then all the rest should have a green tree color or a green palette color.
Then why is your other location too? Other location is about 79, Victor.
I think there's a filter passed on this page. So anyway, check your calculation and watch the videos, please.
Okay, no problem.
That's why once we are working in class, try to work with us so we can quickly fix all this kind of issue.
Okay, other location is how many did you say it is?
79.
Okay, I'm getting it in one. Okay, no problem. I will do it again.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Okay, now I want us to look at another.
Please, I have a little challenge. I've tried to put this thing severally in. It's not going in. I don't know what else. I don't know the formatting I know.
Which one?
The parent NRC. I tried to put that the number is in. But don't
Share your
know.
screen.
I don't know what I'm not doing right.
Share your screen.
Okay. Sorry that I'm taking you back.
It's okay.
See, I've done the formatting, but it's still not giving, it's not letting it going.
Hey, Johnny, can I help you with that quickly? No, this, you have to do it from the label.
Label.
Okay.
I go to alignment.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Stop share.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Now, I wanted us to look at another kind of way of looking at logical calculation. Okay, in this, let me share my word. I didn't write this for some reason. I wanted us to write it together so we can quickly understand what we're trying to do. So when you're writing your calculation, sometimes it's advisable for you to create what we call flag. The reason for that, hello? So somebody was asking a question, okay. Now, it's important for you to like write what you call flag, a calculation flag, or you might not really need it, okay, but it makes your calculation easier. Let's say we have a requirement where they say, okay, let me clear this. Let me bring in, let me bring in, let's say, location here, for example. No, let me use the one that, where's our calculator location? Okay, this. So let's say the management says Arizona, Arkansas, and California, they want to call that their, let's say, they want to try to, let's say they're trying to identify their IT location. They want to identify, let's say, IT center, finance center, or they want to identify other business center. Okay, so can you see my Microsoft Word?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's say they want to identify their IT hub. Okay, this is their IT hub here, for example. So they say this is their IT hub, and IT hub is where call location. Call location is let's say Arizona. Arizona, Arkansas, and let's say California. This is the IT hub. Okay, so they want to say, give us the total capacity, this value for this hub. If it's equal to this, give us the total capacity for this. And also, they want to say they have, like, let's say they have their finance hub. Hub does mean where business have different locations. One location might be in charge of the company IT. One might be in charge of their finance, while the rest might be their business center. So they want to see what is the total capacity or total sum or total plan by this location. Okay. For now, don't mind my aggregation. The aggregation is still the same, any kind of, but know how to use this flag to like easily bring in your calculation. Okay. you will understand what I'm trying to do once we get into this. Let's say this is the IT center or hub, let me call it hub. And they say, this is where Kansas, right? We have Kansas and let's say Texas. Okay. And now they said other core should be you know, their business. Okay. So let's say they want to be their business hub is other location. Okay. So they want to see, let's say, total capacity for this hub here. They want to see what is the total capacity for this, total capacity for this and that. Okay, so we all know how to write this kind of calculation. It's very simple, right? But if you want to start writing calculations like getting some aggregate, you start getting some kind of error. For example, let's try to say, okay, if this location here is equals to this and this and this and this, give us the sum of plant capacity, for example, right? So let's try to write that calculation and see if we get error or not. Let's just try it. So we want to like get the aggregate for our IT hub, right? Or IT location. So what do we need to do here? We used to use the if function, right? We say if this location here is equals to what? Arizona, right? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
If this is equals to Arizona, or because we have to use the or function because we are trying to pull data from the same what's it called now? From the same dimension. If I use the word and, Tableau will be looking for where the three are true, and chances are you're going to get null value. So if you're pulling data from the same dimension member, use the function or core equals to Arkansas did I spell that right? Or the core location equals to California. Now I want to get the aggregate for the capacity. So I want to say then give me this sum of capacity value. Let me put n here to see if that is correct. So you see now it's giving me error. Let's see what the error is. You see, you cannot mix aggregates and non-aggregate comparison or result in the if expression. You see, it's not as if this calculation is wrong. Logically, it's right because this is what you are trying to do. You're trying to get the measure for where these three values are true. They are true, but because of this sum here is a measure. They are aggregate number, but this one here, they are just strings. So you're going to get error. Let's try this. Let me just, okay, if this is true, just give us the capacity value. Now, this one seems right. Okay, it seems right, but let's see what the problem might be. Let me click OK. Let me bring in this capacity here. So if we add this capacity for this three, let me bring in this IT hub here as well. And let's click awesome. So if you look here, this seems right now, right?
Yeah.
This seems right. But chances are, if it's just because this number here is kind of small number, but at this level, you are not really aggregating this number because you are just trying to get, if you look at our calculation, you are just telling it to give you this. Now, if you need to pass this kind of calculation into another calculation, you start getting a whole lot of error. But normally, you're supposed to like sum up this so to get the whole aggregate for this one at a higher level. Okay. Now, don't always just write this the way I write it in the real world, because it will not always work. Just give me the capacity value. It seems right, but don't always do that. Try to pass in some aggregates. Okay. Now, the better way to do it is to first of all create a hub flag. Okay. By saying, I can just say if this and this, just give me 1, else give me 0. So now if I bring in my 1 function here, what am I calling for? I'm calling for Arizona, Kansas, and California. Because I'm grouping them under 1. I'm grouping everybody under 0. Let me click apply, for example, so you see. Let me remove this hub flag here. Because it's not a measurable number, I'll just drag it and put it in my dimension. So let me show my filter here. If I uncheck 0, now you can see it's only giving me these 3 states. So everything under here is under 1. Okay. So with this flag now, it's easier for me to pass this calculation into any kind of other calculations I might need to do in the future. So this saves you a lot of time. For example, if I want to like get this aggregate, I can just say this right now, my number of IT hub. Okay, and I can now say if this hub here equals 1, then give me this sum of my capacity value and end it. No. IT hub already exists. Okay, I need to edit this one right here. Let me put this one back here. I'll call this let's call this IT hub. That I say if this equals 1, then give me this sum of this of my capacity. What's giving me error? Cannot misaggregate another.
You're supposed to quote the 1 since the 1 is a dimension.
It's not a dimension. No, it's not a dimension. That's why I call it a flag. Hold on. Let me put this up again. Let me put this back. This should work. Call it hub IT, for example. If this, no. If this equals to 1, then give me this sum of this I want to be able to like aggregate this capacity here. Okay. Cannot compare string and integer. Did we aggregate? How did we get this number at the dashboard level? I mean, at the data level. How did we came about this? We did a pivot, right?
Yes, we did a pivot.
The capacity value. It's part of the information.
No, we did. This didn't come with information. We did this pivot with this year capacity.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So let me see. This is right. So this is what I'm trying to get, this sum. Okay. All right. Let's leave it for this one. For now, I would research why the sum is not working into that into our calculation. But where I'm going, let me come back here, is if you want to like nest different flags into one calculation. For example, we have our flag for up for our IT. Then say, okay, they want where our location, I mean our IT is one, and this is one, and this is one. They want only the aggregates. Now, if you don't create like a flag calculation like this, it will be too long for you to try to pass all this into one calculation. Let me minimize this so we see the two. So let's say, can I do this? Let's say we want to create an aggregation where this IT hub and this hub and this hub is true. We want the aggregation. And then in another calculation, we want another calculation where if only this one is true and this one is true, but this one of them is not true, they want the aggregate. Now, you don't want to keep on rewriting the calculations. Let's say the normal way that we will have, you will have to write this without this flag there is to say, let me use this one quickly to say if this and this is true, and then we can call this, let's call this what does calculation, you say IT, we can call this, say, then IT hub, right? We label it IT hub. And then you come here and say else, and then you write the calculation again for this, and then you use the word else. So now what you are only having all this calculation into one. But what if you want to compare all, let's say, these two calculations to this, where this is true and this is true, but this one is not true? Then you have to rewrite all your calculation all over again. So you find yourself writing a whole long list of calculation. So the simple idea is to create like a hub flag like this to identify each of the hub. Okay, so is to have each of the hub. Now we have the IT hub. We know that IT hub here is one, right? Then we have to create another finance hub. Let me do Control Z so we get back to, no, just cancel this. So this IT hub here is one in this IT hub represents these three locations. We have to do the same thing for the finance hub, for example. Let's call this finance hub. Our finance hub is where we have Kansas and Texas, right? I will say if if this equals Kansas, or what's the second one? Texas. Then let's call this 1, else 0. And so here in this finance hub, which is one here, Kansas and Texas, right? Are we following?
Yes.
And I click OK. I'll just drag this over here and let me show my filter. If I uncheck 0 here, I will only see. I shouldn't see this here. Oh, sorry. I was supposed to uncheck this.
Wrong one, yeah.
So now we have Kansas and and Texas, right? So that one is good. So what is our next one? Business hub. So our business hub here is where, let's call this Biz hub. And I'll say if this equals to orders here, order call, right?
Oh, God.
Then I'll call this 1 as well, else 0. And I'll just drag this up here and show my filter. So in this Biz hub, if I check on this, I should always see order. So now we have our flags. So the benefit of having this kind of flag is you can easily pull in all this into any kind of calculation without having to repeat a long list of calculation. For example, let's say we want to see where our business hub, where we have our business hub is true, and then let's say let me bring in our NROC region, for example. Let's say if our business hub is true and our region is core, give us the capacity. So now easily you can now write a calculation to say, okay, if our IT hub equals to 1. So what have you done here? You have pulled in the 3 locations for California, Kansas, and Arizona without having to write a long list because they are under 1. And they can now say and let's say our NROC regions equals to, let's say, core region. Then we want it to give us our capacity. And oh, sorry. Then so now we are looking for our aggregation here where this hub capacity is equals to these 3 locations and region only, then give us our capacity. Let me call this, let's just call this for now. I'll just use this a placeholder for now. Okay, now if I bring this into my test here and do like a table. You can see that this area here is where we have our California. Let me our California, and this is where they are only core. So it's giving you the aggregation for that area. If I remove let me remove this from the view, that in all of these places, it's going to give you empty. It's not only pulling only this for you. Where our IT is one. If I check one, it's only going to give you only this. Do we understand it?
No.
Okay. If there are times where you have to do like a nested calculations, where you have to like pass calculation into calculations. Okay. This is one of the easiest way to get what you want. Let me clear this dashboard again and let me start afresh. Okay. Let me start afresh. It's just the same thing, our normal calculation, but it makes your calculation easy for you. For example,
maybe it's because of the labeling, you know, like you're saying IT hub. Why don't we just label it as in core hub or
you can call it anything you want to. For me, what I will call it in the real life is flag. I call it flag. For example, I want to create something, I'll call it IT flag. So it's going to flag my IT from the rest of the location. So that's what I would call it. But the idea for you is, huh?
I said that I understand what you are saying. That I was just saying maybe it would be easy to relate to if, for example, since we are using this what's it called, what we have here now, instead of calling it IT, you can just call it like you know, we have relocate. We can say relocate hub. We can say terminate hub. Then,
okay, I understand what you're saying, but
yeah.
In the real life, it is not what you call it. It is what the users call it. Always remember that. Have the users in mind.
Okay.
Okay, have the users in mind. This is what they call it. Okay, now let's quickly develop a quick requirement. Okay, let's say they want to identify some labeling in your data, and they want where they want to see the aggregation of total capacity. Where IT location, okay, let's go by a word, whereby IT location is and core location of in NROC region. Okay, they want to see the aggregation. Let's call this 1. So they want to see the aggregation of total capacity where IT location and core in the IT region. What did we name our core region here? In our core region, we have core region. Okay, core region in capacity and IT location in location. Okay, this is requirement 1. Requirement 2, you want to see the aggregation of IT location. Okay, in location. Okay, finance location. Okay, in location. Where core region is. Let me make something a little bit okay, where core region is equal to core region terminate. Okay, is core region terminates. Okay, then 3. They want to see the business hub. Business, okay, they want to say business hub, or let's call it business location according to Victor again. Business location in location. Okay, but not core region terminates. But not core terminate in core region. Let's quickly wrap our head around this requirement. Okay, your users, they are interested in seeing some aggregation of the total capacity where IT location in location and core region in NROC region is true. Secondly, they want to see the IT location in location, finance location. You know, we know that where your core region is core region terminates. Now, thirdly, they want to see your business location in location, but core region terminates, but not core region terminates. So what this means is that they want to see everything here, but they don't want to see this core region terminate in that aggregation. They want to see everything else, but not core region terminate. So where this business location is, let me put it true, and this core region terminate here is what? False. We get it? I'm just trying to use this to help us. Do we get it? So here, let me share my screen. Let's bring in our location back here. Let me rearrange this. So here, in this first requirement, they want to see the total capacity. Let me bring this in my view. They want to see the total capacity where IT hub location, which is the IT hub here is what? Hello?
Prof, I don't understand though. Slow down, please.
Okay, this is the requirement. They want to see the aggregate of total capacity where IT location in location. This is our location here. All this is our location. Now in this location, we have IT location in this location. Okay. And by our requirement, where is our location here? Where is our location? Look at the requirement, it's on your screen.
Arizona and Arkansas.
Absolutely. So they want to see only where in this location, Arizona, Kansas, and California, okay, is true. And where this core region, where's my tableau? And where this core region here is true. So meaning the only one will see where this, and this equals to only this core region. They want to see the aggregation only. They are not interested in seeing every other thing. Just where this 3 is true, and this one here is true, is core. In other words, let me filter, let me show the filter. They want to see where this is only California, right? Apply. So we have it there. And in the region here, they only want to see core region. So this is what they want to see. So you can see here in Arizona, Kansas, California, this is what they want to see. If I go to my analysis, for example, I show my grand total, they want to see this 86.28. You get it? This is what the requirement is saying. They want the aggregation. Get used to this terminology. You're going to come across this word, aggregation. They use it a lot. Aggregation means something that you can sum up, something that you can add, multiply, subtract, or deduct. That's what aggregation is. Then this total capacity here, it should be in our data. This is the capacity here. Okay, and this IT location in location. So you have to go back to your data and look for our, okay, this is our location. So meaning in this location, it comprises of all the location in our business. But in all of those locations, only 3 of this location is IT. That's where they have their IT department. Let me just use that term. Their IT department. It's like Walmart right now. You have Walmart everywhere, but not all Walmart is Walmart IT. Walmart have the IT location somewhere in maybe Arizona or California or somewhere. That's where they control all the IT infrastructure. So if you want to identify Walmart's IT location in their location, you have to get the requirement and write a calculation to identify the location in all of the location. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Ejiro, is that clear?
Yes, it's clear.
So now, once you come across this kind of words that confuse you, the best thing to do is go to your data, locate, like what I did here. In your location, pull in your location into your view. Then they also want in the NROC region, put your NROC region into the view and filter down to what they are saying. So now you have idea of what the calculation is going to look like. So this is what our calculation is going to look like. Now, if I just filter this in this view right now, I have my answer. But what if they want to be able to like drill down using this 86 to further do some aggregation or further use this for like, you know, they want to compare this to another another calculation. So how will you do it? It's better for you to just create a calculation that identify this and call it, you can call it flag, or you can call it whatever name you feel comfortable with. But for me, I feel comfortable calling it a flag because right now, if I have a calculation that only give me this for my IT, then I'm going to call down my IT flag. So whenever I want to do any calculation in the future for my IT, I don't have to start writing long calculation anymore. I already have the flag. All I have to do is call where my IT flag equals 1. I have it, and then pass in other calculation. It saves you time, and you know where your IT flag is. That is the reason why I'm introducing this to you. It's going to save you time. Secondly, you might have to like nest other calculation where to say if this is in your IT, but it's not in your finance and also in your business, then give me this. So if you don't have a way of pulling your IT only or your finance only or your business only, you might get confused and get stuck. So for me, since my users are interested in this IT location, let's go by Victor's word, IT location, finance location, and call this business location, right? Victor, is that okay now? Victor?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So now I will I will advise, or I will do it this way. I will create a flag for my IT location. So, and what is that? I'll create a calculation and call this IT location. And all I have to do is using the same if condition like we all know how to do. I'll say if this is what we are trying to identify our IT now. If this is Arizona, right? Arizona. Or this equals Arkansas, or if this equals California. Then here you can call it any name. You can say, then call it IT location, okay? Or you can call it any name. But for me, I just like to use 1 or 0 so that when I'm writing my calculation, I don't have to start looking for how did I spell it or how did I write it there. So if I say 1, else 0, you cannot misspell 1 because it's just 1. Okay, that's why I like to use 1. Okay, but here you can call it, or you can call it IT location. Here just you call it nothing. Okay, but if you're not writing the calculation, remember you have to spell it out this same way. And if you misspell this, then you have to start tracing what you did wrong. So to save you some time, just use 1 flag and 0. So if this equals 1, you know that your 1 hold all of this information for you there. Do we get that? Hello, is that clear?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay. Now, secondly, we have to create for our finance, right? Let me drag this up here.
So
that was the same thing that we did here. If location equals to this and this, plus 1,
okay.
else 0.
0. Okay.
Okay. And then we did that for the business hub as well. If this equals order, because in our requirement, they said other locations is our business hub, right? If I remove this from, let me remove the, so we can see we have order here. Where is it? Where's the other location? Okay, let me remove this as well. So this other core here is our business location. So we just have to also use the same technique. Okay. Now remember that there are still other states that are not specified in this calculation. Right? Yeah. For example, let me click OK.
Sorry.
For example, let me bring in our
location by state.
Let me bring in where's our calculation? Let me bring in our biz hub here. So you can see that our business hub is only true for where we have, let me remove this. It's only true for where we have other core. See? Then let me bring in our, where are the other ones?
Which ones? Wait, we can help you find it.
Okay, IT location. If I bring in our IT, you can see our IT is only 111 for Arizona, Kansas, and California. Then where is the
finance? Finance is up there.
Okay. So our finance is
It's only two
for Texas
and
California.
Kansas.
Okay. So here, if I select, let me show filter. Let's show filter here and check. We want to see those that are 0 here. If I uncheck one here, you can see now we don't have our business hub in any of the states. Let's show our IT. If I uncheck one, we don't have any IT in any of the states. If I show finance and uncheck one, so all these states here does not belong to any of this group. That's why it's giving us 0. Are we catching it?
Yes.
Now we are not doing it. I just want to understand some of this logic of pulling out some specific information in your large data. Now, right now, let me remove our filter. Let's assume we have, this is our data, very large. Okay, but your users want to identify some information in this data specifically. They're not interested in all. That is the function of calculation. So with this, you can now easily identify some of this information. Now, the good part of this is you can easily pull this into another calculation because you know that in your one in this finance hub is your finance locations. Every other ones, they are not your finance location. In your IT locations, one represent all of your IT location. Your B is the same thing. Okay, now let's try to answer one of our first requirements here. What did he say? They want to
aggregation of total capacity, where okay. IT location in location and core region in NRC region.
Absolutely. So now, what do you think they are looking for here? Let me bring in our
NRC IT location in NRC region.
Yes.
We need the IT location.
Oh, did I pull it off?
Yes.
Okay, let me just leave this for now. Or let me remove it so it doesn't confuse.
And so take out the finance.
What they are looking for here in our IT location, they are looking for where this is only one. Yeah, one. Now, but see that even though we have only one, we still have core region terminates. They are not interested in that, right? So we still have to pass in a filter to eliminate that. Even though I can just filter this out here and say, I don't want this here, I can just pass this out, but I cannot keep on. This would be so difficult for me to pass into like other view or other calculation. So here we have to write a calculation to say, if what now? If our IT location is what?
Arizona, Arkansas, core region. Which one?
No, they are already under one.
Okay, so Arizona.
You know, we just say if our IT location is equals 1, and okay. Remember here they only want core, but if you look at it right now, they have core terminate.
Core terminate, yeah.
So we now have to say, so instead of us writing this long calculation, we can just say equals 1 because 1 represents our IT location. That's what you see here. 1 here, 1, right? If I select all, I have all of my location. If I select only 1, I only have Arizona, Kansas, and California. So 1 represents my IT location. So now I can just pulling my IT location into here, and I'll now say, okay, where our NROC region is what? I can say NROC region is greater than or less than. I can just put in my core region here, calculation. Do we understand this? This greater than and equals to means where it is not this. So it's less than this here and greater than this here. Or if you look at our requirements, it says core region. You can simply just put.
So that's greater.
DJ Dada.
Wasn't.
So we can just say equals, where this equals to 1 and this equals region, then give us capacity. It's still the same thing.
Sorry, what I wanted to say was that, so the equals to and, I mean, less than and greater than sign is as if we're doing a null it out.
You know, it's like you're doing where it is not a value.
Yeah.
Where it is greater than 1, understand that. There's another sign of using this. I tried it once, but I don't know how to use it offhand. Where you can just use like a sign. There's a sign on your keyboard that you can just put. You know, if you look at your 1, there's this an exclamation mark on your 1.
Yeah.
You can use that as well. But I used that once. This my calculation is not bringing out my aggregation. So where IT location, we have it 1. Then our core region. Okay, now who can tell me why this is not working? You can see here the calculation is blank. Look at my calculation. I'm trying to look at this core region and pull out core region, but it's not working because I misspelled the R. So this is one of the functions when you have to write a long calculations, just write a flag, because remember, if there's any misinterpretation or you spell something wrong, it's not going to work. It's going to take you a lot of time. So the best way is, if you know that you are going to be using the calculation often or from time to time, just create a flag like we did here, and just keep using it whenever you need to use it, instead of taking our time, sweating, and writing long calculation. So you see now it's coming up. But before, because I misspelled that R, even though it shows valid here, but Tableau is not finding any core region with a small letter R. So it's not pulling anything up. So you have to be careful with that. And that's, you know, imagine if we want to like pass in this this IT location calculation into another calculation, and after writing like 5 statements, it's still not working. You have to start going through one by one, and you're going to use this again in another calculation. Then you will start all over again and start writing these long statements. So just group your data separately and call them. Normally, like I said, for me, I'll call it a flag, because the reason why I call it flag is because it's flagging my IT location. If I'm flagging my business, it's flagging my business location. You know, but let's stay with Victor's format for now. Do we understand this logic or not? I know it's kind of confusing a little bit, but hold on. Maybe okay. I'll look for something tomorrow. One of the calculations. Okay. Let's say now your users, they want to compare your business location to your finance location, and everything is, we have everything in this. Let me clear this. We have everything in this location. Where's our location? Okay. We have everything in this location. So how can you compare California, Kansas, and Arizona to Texas and Kansas? How can you compare the numbers for these two without having to write a different calculation? You have to write a different calculation, right? Am I right? Because in as much as they are in one member, it will be difficult for you to compare these three aggregate 36, 49, 25 and compare it to, let's say, 12 and 13. Yeah. Right? Yeah. But if you separate the calculations, you cannot compare them together. You can even do like ratio, percentage difference, and all that. Everybody is quiet. Come on. Hey, Jiro.
We're with you.
I had to go and drink pepper soup.
No, but okay. Is this confusing?
No, it's not.
Okay, Dion, is this confusing?
A little, but from when you asked this question about comparing the data now, it made sense a little to me.
Okay, now.
Maybe when we get you said you get something for us tomorrow. Maybe when we do it, it will make.
Let's understand this first. Okay. Everybody, we all have our dashboard open, right? I want you to give me the ratio of our IT location and our business hub. What is the percentage change from? Do we have the year here? Okay. What is the percentage change and the ratio? What ratio in terms of capacity between these two locations?
Will you send us the calculated field?
Exactly. I
will send you. No, I want you to see. Listen, this is why I want you guys to start doing this. If you just understand how they work, then it's the same thing. It doesn't change. So no matter the requirement they bring to you, you just apply the same logic. It's the same thing. It doesn't change. Now, for example, I want to compare what is the ratio, okay? Ratio of our IT location to business location. That should be very simple, right? We have our IT hub here, okay? We have our IT hub here. Okay, so all I have to now, all I have to do is, okay, I need my IT, because I have that calculation, it's easier for me to say, okay, since I have my IT, I want to get my IT sum, for example. I can say if IT location equals 1, then give me the what? My capacity. And so you see how quickly it is for you to just call your IT location, because you've already defined your IT in this IT location to be 1. So you can just say this is 1. So in this 1 now, you have all your location. Now imagine you have like 2,000 locations, and you have like 200 locations that they're trying to group together as their, let's say their IT location. Will you be writing calculation for 200 locations every time? That would take you years to do. But if you take our time, one time, to define all your location into like IT flag, now anytime that you have to do a calculation for your IT, all you have to do is call it if IT equals 1. Instead of writing a long calculation of pulling 200 locations in one calculation. Hello?
Okay,
Dada?
Prof, send us the word so that we can use it to do our calculated field and work with it from there.
But do you understand how the flag work?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Don't worry. Let me show you another example. Okay. Let me bring in. Please mute your mic if you have a lot of noise in your background. Let me see how many members we have here. 53. Let me use this one. No. I'm looking for something that is so. Okay. Now, let's say here, everybody look at this. We have 97 members in this field. Let's say your manager said, okay, 20 out of this 97 field here is your business units or your business. Let's say let me say, okay, let's say your business location from A here to F. Okay, so from F here all the way to A, these are your business location. So they ask you for a requirement that, okay, give us where our business location is equals to something else in this license member. Now, are you telling me you're going to write a calculations to pull in all of these 20 names into one calculations and then compare it to any member here? Let me bring this into here to say where all of these 20 member is equals this energy northwest. That is your business location. So each time you want to write a calculation, are you going to be writing and trying to call out all of the 20 members in this field and then linking it to this one field here all the time? That would take you too much time to do. But since you know that you use this data all the time, you are in charge of these reports, and they always want you to like show some reports for all of this business location. It is ideal for you to just take out one time and write a flag, a calculation that help you on that group all of these members into one simple name. For example, I like to use 1. So if I write my calculation to include from A here to F, and I group them under 1, so if I'm right, if I need to use them tomorrow, I can just call it if my calculated field equals 1. Once I pull in my 1, I'm pulling in all of this data here, all of these 20 member, instead of me having to rewrite them all of the time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I said if I want to do like say I want to do the ratio for, we even have three requirement that we're supposed to quickly do. You guys make me forget. But okay, but so far, do we understand this? I'm going to create a requirement for this tomorrow, but let's wrap our head around this. Now, let's say, I'm trying to find a simple way to understand this. I mean, to help you understand this. Let's say another example, I'll put up a requirement tomorrow. The business says they compare the ratio. Okay, we work on this now. Let me write it. The ratio where IT location is core region in is core region. Then give them the ratio of this to where business location is core terminate, for example. So they want to see the ratio of where IT region is core region. They want to see that ratio to business location is terminate. Okay, so let's work on this together. Do we understand this? Again, let's bring this to our view. Our IT location here, where this is 1. Well, let me use the raw data. Our IT location is what? Our IT location is what? Where Arizona, Kansas, and California. So
California.
So this is our IT location here. So they want to see where our IT is core region. So where this 3 member is core region in our NROC. Let me bring this in. And show feature where is only core region. So if I bring in my capacity right here now, so let me do my total. So they want to see this, only this, and they want to get the ratio of this to what is the next one? Business location is core terminate, right? So what is our business location? Let me bring it here. What is our business location? Sorry. Our business location here is what? Other core location, right? Which is this one right here. Okay, right? So the only one who see this other core, where this other core is what? Core terminates. So let's bring in our NROC region. And let's show filter. Core terminate and bring in our capacity into our test. So they want to see the ratio of this to this. This is what this requirement is saying. Ratio where IT location is core. So this is our IT location here, and we can see this is core. What is the ratio of that to business location is core terminates? This is what the users are interested in.
Are we using the grand total now?
Yeah, it's automatically going to, like, when you do your calculation, it's going to aggregate at the highest level. Once you start passing in your dimension, then it starts breaking down by whatever you have on your view, by any level of details on your view. For example, if I remove this right here, right now, I should only have 86. You see, but if I bring in if I bring this in here, then it's going to change the level of detail. It's going to break it down by how this 86 yeah, it's going to break the level of details. So this is what the user is looking for. And this is one of the way I go about my requirements. So I try to just manually filter down to the lowest level. Now I know how to write my calculation, right? So I already have my IT hub for this. I cannot say here, I'll call this my IT, let me just call this my IT number for now. I'll now say if IT location is 1. So if I say if my IT location equals 1, what am I bringing in? All of this number here. Because I have defined this location in the IT location as 1. Then give me this capacity. And I'll say end. So now I have my IT capacity. If I bring this to my view, I should have the same aggregates. So I'm right. So even if I remove this right now, I clear my dashboard and I bring in this, I should still have that. It is, what was our number? Oh,
6, but I see 114.
Yeah, because our calculation, we did not tell it. We also want where it is core. Let me do Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. Remember here, we have our core region. Okay, so let's fix that. How do we fix that here? How do we fix it now? Because in our calculation, we're not passing this core region, so it's giving us another aggregation. So we need to.
And NRC core region.
Absolutely, NRC. NRC core region equals what?
To core region.
Absolutely.
Oh, the midges are over here. Do you think you'll be able to make it? No, I don't want to. I'm gonna go.
Did I spell it well? We're gonna.
Yes.
And then if I.
Be careful.
If I bring. Okay. Let me clear my view now. I'm bringing this. Okay, so we have it now. So you see now, we now have the aggregation for only the IT only. So it does not change. But if I bring in my total capacity, but because my dashboard is clear, it's giving me the whole of the aggregation. And for me to see only for the IT, I have to start passing in filters until I get to what I want. But with this now, with this IT calculation I have here, I cannot compare only for the IT to any other aggregation. You see the difference? Do we see the difference? Is Dada here?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Why are you quiet?
No, I'm listening to you now. I'm watching and all of that.
Okay.
So I'm here. Yeah, and
so do we get the difference between this and this?
Yes, I do.
Do you understand this? The difference between this and this? This is for only the IT only, and where it is core region. This is the aggregation, but this is for everything.
Everything, yeah.
So now let's answer our next question. They say business location is core terminates. Okay, so how do I go about that? My business location, let me bring in my location first. And what make up my business location is made up of my core, other core, right? Only this, right? Because if you look here, other core, other location is my business location, okay? then they say where it is call terminate, where this is in call terminate in this other NROC region, I'll filter down as well. Call region terminate, and then let me bring in my capacity value here. So this is what they are looking for, 269. So if I write my calculation, I should have this, okay? So I will go in here and call this my biz. Let's just call this for now, doesn't matter. And then we'll see if, remember we have this, our biz flag in our biz here already, okay? If you are comfortable writing long calculations and writing, you can just do it the manual way. But I'm trying to give you some shortcut of making a calculation, especially if they are calculations that you reuse every time. Okay, just create a flag for them. You know what is there. You can even take a note that this is what is my flag, but it's not really needed if you know what you're doing. Then if our biz
is up there, biz hub
equals what? 0?
0.
Is it 0 that you are looking for?
Yeah, that's orders. That's 0 now.
No, it's 1. Remember, this is our biz hub.
Is the finance and the IT that is 1?
No, we all use 1 for all of them. So in this biz hub, 1 is for the other. Is for the business hub.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 in this IT location is for IT. 1 in this finance is finance. But you can also do it any way is comfortable for you, but just know what you're doing. You can also say if biz hub is equals 0. But
okay.
Yeah, you can do it the other way around. There's no convention of doing it.
Okay.
Okay, so biz hub is 1. And what now? Call terminate.
Call
terminate equals, now let's spell this out.
Region or NRC.
Then give us the capacity value. And so we are saying where this biz hub is 1 and this core NRC region is core terminate, then give us, okay, so let's see. And then if I bring this in, I should have the same thing. Yeah. So even if let's clear our dashboard and bring in this. So you see, we still have the same value. Okay, so with this calculation, we can easily bring in the aggregation for where those 2 factors are true. For example, where this and this is true. So we can quickly bring them in without having to rewrite other calculation again. And you can also do it the other way. Like I said earlier on, you can say if core region equals terminate and call by location equals what's it called now? Orders, then give me the capacity.
Oh, sorry, my phone fell.
You will still get the same answer. But imagine if you have to like write that calculation again in a different calculation, you still have to write that again. Now imagine if you are trying to write conjoin 4 members, let's say if this and this and this and this and that and that, it's going to take you time to do. But if you group them into like flag, which I did, it will be easier for you to call into any calculation. So to answer our question, the ratio here is now that we have our calculation, to do the ratio, all I simply will do now is to create another calculation called this ratio. And this will now be my IT calculation divided by what? My boss. And I have my answer. Let me
There's no need to do sum of.
It already, I don't know why it's not giving me that sum function. It's giving me error. Maybe it's data, but you can do this sum of, like it's showing you here in this test, sum. Yeah, I don't know why I was getting that error. I will look into that. Well, let me edit, sorry. Let me edit, here's the ratio. Let me edit this, for example. I see if it's going to give me that error. And besides, I have my okay, it's valid from here now. I have the Tableau desktop, the enterprise for 1 year free, and I have the Tableau desktop, you know what I mean, the Tableau prep also for 1 year free. I got it with my student email yesterday. So if you are still in school and you have your student email, you can get the enterprise desktop like I'm using now. And I'm going to show us the desktop function from here. And this is what you use in the real life, how to publish from here, how to do other stuff.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. So let me bring in our IT into test here. And let me bring in my board. Let me bring this here, so come on. And let me bring in the ratio, for example. So if so you can see that if you do the maths, you're gonna get 0.3. So sometimes this might just be your requirement, this little here, but if you don't know how to get to it, it might become a little bit of a problem, you know. But like I said, I'll put together a requirement into this logical calculation. So it's gonna confuse you at first, but if it comes together, it's very, very, very easy. Okay, this is not something I studied in school. I taught myself, but you have somebody teaching you, which is good, you know. So now let's quickly do a quick exercise. Everybody, we're going to replicate this, the ratio of business our finance location. No, let's everybody do this number 2 here. Quickly. Let's do this number 2.
You know, we have not created the hubs. So we have to create the hubs first.
Okay, create your hub now. That's what I want you to do. Create your hub. This is even straightforward. IT location in location, right? The finance location is where core region is core terminate. Okay, go ahead.
Can show us how to create the hub again?
Just your IT location is here. Your IT location is Arizona, Kansas, and California. Okay. Then your finance location is where
I don't show us
Kansas and Texas. Okay. So what is the aggregation? And then give us the ratio of the 2.
Arizona equal to 1.
That you acquired today.
This one passed in power.
No, I'm fine.
No, but it's very simple. I just feel like, see, you know, there are some kind of tricks that I would normally use out there, which I feel you should know. You might not have to do something like this in the real world. You might not. But if you know it, it's going to make your job easy for you. Like I have a requirement I'm working on. Sometimes they will say, this is not supposed to be here. This is supposed to be there. But because I know how to quickly include and exclude, I don't worry. However they want to change the logic, let them change it. It only take me 5-10 minutes. You know, sometimes they won't tell me something that will confuse me. I will just be looking at it. I won't do anything that day until the following day, because by then it's going to sink in how I'm going to do it. And if I just follow what my instinct tell me, it works. It's just logic. Again, you might not have to do all this in the real world, okay? But it's good for you to know. All right, it's not everything that you studied in school that you use in the real life. Am I right? All the mathematics that you studied in school, all this algebra and what's it called, calculus. How many of you have used calculus in your job? You don't use calculus in your job now, so it's not everything that you do, but it's good for you to know.
What other calculation are we creating? IT Hub calculation. And what else?
What is the aggregation of the IT location in location and finance location in location where core region is core region terminate, then do the ratio. So basically create your IT flag, create your finance flag, but in your flag, you have to remember that your core region has to be equal to terminate. They're not looking for everything. So these two has to be where your core region is terminate. You can even nest these two calculations together if you know how to nest calculation and just get one aggregate, but you have to rewrite it again if you have to do the ratio.
Like, well, there's no correct.
Share your screen, Dion. 80 will help you. 80 has done all this before, so you share your screen, Dion.
Actually, Adrian has done all this before.
80, am I wrong or am I lying?
Professor, which day did I do it?
I had to ask you because you know me and you know where we are. So I said, let me find out whether it's in the.
No,
I'm
Dion.
trying to do it now.
No, Dion, you are doing it wrong.
Okay.
Okay, clear everything.
Let me share my screen.
Okay, all right, good. I know.
Okay, so this is my finance hub that I'm trying to do. If or core, okay, equals, is it Texas now?
Yes.
Then 1
Else.
else 0. Then we end it. Okay, so let me show you my IT hub. This is my IT hub.
Okay.
It's loading already. There's a lot of enemies. You see this thing? Wyvern Rider. Darius.
For example, this Arizona, Kansas, and California, they are grouped as one. So whenever you pull in one from this IT hub, you are pulling in these 3 locations.
Yeah.
So it's to help you quickly pull in those members
instead
into
of
another
naming
field.
them each.
Exactly.
What are the names? What are the locations associated with finance?
Finance is Kansas
Texas
and Texas.
Okay, thanks.
Dion, are you done with this one?
I am on it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Are we losing Cordelia? Find Cordelia.
Okay.
Jaden.
This or does it come up on its own or you have to type it?
It comes up.
Mine is not coming up. Mine is not coming up. I have to type it. Let me see. Okay, maybe I know what happened now. Okay.
Okay, so you're done.
I think so.
Okay. So let's do, what's the other requirement?
Pedro,
Yeah.
let me see. Oh boy.
I thought consider that. I did not hear his voice today.
You know
Which
what?
one do you want to see?
You
The
might let me.
finance
Can I share my screen? I just
Okay,
want to
go ahead.
come in. Not coming right. I think my calculations are wrong. I don't know my finance. Abi, am I choosing? Is it not called by location?
Yeah. Okay, let me see your sheet. Click OK. Let me see what is showing there. Click on your show me and make it into a table.
No, the numbers are showing, 14, 58, 6, and all this. Instead of.
Yeah, look at what. Remember, it's not a measurable number.
Exactly.
But the way you have it in your measure, now it look as if they are aggregatable data. They are just a string to identify. So
okay, hold on.
But the one in your measure is showing up as aggregates.
Yeah, but
drag it out of the mark. Close this. It's
or
okay.
just
This
go to your measure and change it to discrete from there. Just go to your measure values and change it to discrete. The hub.
Can you see your under measure values here in the marks? It is green. It's not supposed to be green. Drag it off. Then you drag it back again.
They're seeing Robin is in trouble.
Measure value. This is it now.
Okay, you've cleared your. Okay, so do it again. Drag core by location to your sheet. Then drag the IT and the finance. Let's see.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
Victor, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, please understand this because I'm trying to put up some kind of requirements that really have us do some kind of nested calculations for this week. For next week, we're going to start. I have the Tableau prep now. We're going to play with Tableau prep and then start doing the interview.
Can we see the Word document?
Okay.
Business location, other location. Oh.
This is our turn now.
Kansas and Texas. Sergio, in the finance, it's still called location, right?
Yes, it's still called location.
Also, get right, your capstone is not going to be like those easy ones that we've been doing in the past. There's going to be a lot of logical calculations, and it's not going to be easy. I'm going to try to nest it, a lot of nested calculation, but I'm just trying to psych your logical reasoning, so you can just like think how you can do it. The whole calculation is the same thing as the if calculation. If this and this and this is that, then give me this. Then you use that to like put that into another calculations and get what you want. Okay. Now, any question on this?
Okay, Roman, can you please stop?
Please.
Any question on this? Dion, any question?
No.
I know it's a little bit confusing, but do you at least grasp what we're trying to do?
Is this the bees location, bees hub the other location? Is this still the core location
Yes,
here?
it's still inside core by location. If you look at that core by location, you'll see other location there.
Okay, so now it will be like if core location is other core, then one.
Yes.
Else zero, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So now, what does one represent in your business hub?
Other location.
Other location. Other.
Absolutely.
Core.
Exactly. So whenever you pull in that one in the business hub into a calculation, for example, if I write a calculation like this, and I said, if biz hub, I'm sorry, if biz hub equals 0 and IT location equals 1, then the capacity. What am I trying to do here? What am I looking for here?
The capacity of IT location.
For bees hub is equal to 0. IT location.
If you say biz hub is equal to 0, that means you are not selecting any biz hub. Because the biz hubs that are other locations are supposed to be 1.
But also remember that in this IT location, only 3 states make up 1, right? And here 0 is where everything
all the other states except other locations.
So here, what am I looking for here? If you look at it, I'm looking for only IT location. Okay, but if I say this now, 1, I'm looking for
other biz hub.
You are looking for other locations plus the 3 that contain contained in IT location.
Absolutely. Now imagine. Now I just use this one. Now there are instances which we're going to do where we're going to have like different flags. Let's say in location we have 1 flag. In note we have 1 flag, and in operation we have another flag. Now we want to put them together to try to see some aggregates. this is where this kind of flag is very easy. You understand? Imagine that you have to select 3 states in your location, and in your plant licensing, you have to select like 10 different licenses, and in this reactor you have to select like 15 different licenses. How will you write all that statement and still expect, knowing that if one thing is wrong, Tableau will not see it, it's going to give you no value. So it's better for you to just create these different flags and then just use that flag to create what you want. It's very easy, right? So I'm going to, tomorrow, I don't really have much to do at home tomorrow, but I'm going to have a lot of time after my meeting, I have a lot of time to sketch out some of these requirements. We're going to use a different data. So make sure you hide all your worksheet on this nuclear and publish it. And then we're going to use a different data, and we're going to do a lot of logic calculation. Hopefully this will make sense then on how to use something like this. Okay. Victor, I know you don't like me today, but does it make sense at all?
I like you no matter what, but it doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
I'm a little bit confused.
Okay, don't worry. Tomorrow in the requirements, we will see why this kind of logic is valid. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
If you can send the requirement to us early so that we can take a look at it.
I will try and do that.
Okay.
I'll try and do that in the morning so I can send it out.
Okay.
All right. Dada, any question? Dada?
No, I'm good. I'm fine.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'll see everyone tomorrow, okay? You have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.